purpose of Neigong seminars. So I get a lot of people asking me, about details of the Neigong seminars and stuff along those lines. And basically, these seminars, the main purpose of them is medical, because these are doctors we are meeting with, right? So it's considered a medical setting, but then there's a secondary thing that happens where you have the capability to possibly learn, at those medical seminars. But in general, the main people that are being sought out to come and join these types of events are people who actually have health issues, right? Some of us may not realize that we actually do have health issues, as healthy as we may think we are, For instance, I did yoga for about 11 years before I went to my first Neigong seminar, and I was vegan. I was vegan for about 8 years, or vegetarian, I should say. I was vegetarian for 8 years, and I thought I was the ideal version of what a healthy person is, I thought I was like that, So when I first went up there, I had that reality check, like, nope, you're not the healthiest here, or the healthiest around. So basically what I had wrong was my diet wasn't sufficient. So I didn't have as, like, my issues weren't serious, so I was healthy, but compared to those doctors' standards of health, I was not at the top of the chain. So to be considered like at the top of the chain, you just health is a fluctuating thing, really. So I don't know like who could be considered at the top of the chain, but you definitely don't want to be at the bottom of it, If you're at the bottom of it, it's some serious things going on, and you definitely want to get that rectified. But essentially, like, when they checked me, my issue was I had a heart blockage, and basically this heart blockage was due to smoking marijuana.
Is it pronounced when you get fachi through an acupuncture needle?
Yeah, that makes sense. That's the thing for that.
Also, you feel it the
Yeah, because
strongest
for
in
the
your
pulse,
hands.
we know
Really?
Yeah, so like if
you
you adjust to
use
someone,
that
it's
weight.
less.
Okay.
It's not as strong.
Now still use
Okay.
little. Okay, good.
What's little?
Weed. Marijuana, yeah, weed.
A lot of people view, especially in the United States, there's this view that marijuana is a medicine, in which I'm not saying it's not, but in the way it's being used, for recreation purposes, it's not being used in a medicinal manner. And there's like certain components inside of marijuana that can influence the body negatively, or influence the blood negatively, not the body, but the blood, which can then carry on into indirectly influencing the body.
Because you use the marijuana, we have some poison stuff in your body. Yeah. That will maybe influence your heart. You can tell that sometimes you have sleeping problems.
Yeah.
If you don't use the marijuana, you have sleeping problems.
Well, I sleep not the whole night. Yeah, I wake up in the middle of the night, about 4 or 5 hours.
So you stay up the whole night always?
No.
He wakes up in the middle of sleep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. 这是为了他正常醒啊，咱们可能困过以后，我吃到马上有的，是吧？
I dream every night.
You drink every night?
Dream.
Dream, okay, dream. heart have little problems, that also cause you have sleeping problems. Yeah.
So I had a heart blockage. I had a mild heart blockage, and that was like a wake-up call for me. So I had to fix that, and then I had to fix my diet as well. So I had two things that were wrong. Nothing was actually wrong with my diet. Like, I wasn't eating things I shouldn't have been eating. But I was lacking something that I should have been eating. You know, I wasn't like meat. I wasn't consuming certain types of meat that I should have been eating, according to the doctor. Symptoms were cold hands. Basically, I had yang qi deficiency because I wasn't eating meat, and from what I was told, the yang qi in my body was insufficient, so it wasn't able to push the blood. What it was like, it wasn't able to push the blood, which leads to a detox effect in the body. So it wasn't able to sufficiently push the blood, I should say that, and it was leading to like cold hands, cold limbs, basically. The marijuana caused like a heart blockage, which I had heart palpitations. So in a video, or during my pulse reading, they were asking me, like, you know, how long were you smoking marijuana and stuff, and, you know, like this, that, and that. And I told them I was like 15 years, and they was like, whoa, 15 years.
Practice more, huh? Still practice, huh? Still have some positive stuff in your body.
There's a few. And then this one is hot.
How many cigarettes you smoke
I
every
don't
day?
smoke cigarettes.
No cigarette recently?
No.
Okay. 现在有个抽烟。
Bronzy color. And then it looks a lot of color. But I didn't see that.
So after cigarette, you use the marijuana?
I never did smoke cigarettes.
Why you say smoke? You said you smoked 15 years? Just
Yeah, I smoked marijuana for 15 years.
Oh, that makes sense. That's so many, Dama.
是不是我们体内还有大麻的成分？
Yeah, yeah, but still a lot of toxic stuff in your body. The pulse is like that, you know.
他总共就20几岁，小孩子开始接触了。
这15年大麻。
Your family have like weed still or something?
So yeah, they asked me that, and then they basically recommended me to stop while I'm still young. So I went cold turkey. I completely stopped smoking marijuana. That was when I was 29. So that was in 2023. So yeah, so basically the pills and medicines that they offer will help to rectify certain issues, but then it's up to the patient to further correct what caused it. You know, you have to correct the habits that caused it as well, unless you just want to keep going up there and taking the medicines for things that you can fix as well. You know, it doesn't have to be a repetitive issue. Go up there once, twice, or whatever, let them fix it, and then you correct what caused it, and you won't have that issue down the line. So my heart palpitations, that I felt like, I thought that was normal because I had them since I was a teenager. I didn't realize it was from smoking marijuana. I took the medicine, boom, heart palpitations gone, never had it again.
Today the pulse of your heart is more stable, not like moving from
Yeah, it feels more steady as I'm breathing too. I've been heart palpitation free for like 3 years now. So, and it actually increased my stamina, and I'm able to work out even harder now because I don't feel that effect from the like the backup of blood flow in my heart. I don't feel it anymore. It's just a clear flow because I took the blood purifying pill that they offer. Yeah, so the blood purifying pills, and then they have other types of medicines. Here's one actually. This is a supplementary medicine that they offered on my most previous trip. So I don't know the exact purpose of this one. I think it was to help with liver heat or something like that, and to help like balance organ function in general. So they have different types of pills that they offer and stuff, and I definitely recommend taking anything they offer, you know, if you're able to afford it, because these things aren't cheap. But if you're able to afford it, of course, take the pills. Take the pills. But this is the main reason for the medical events, is to offer people a very good alternative to Western medicine, and is a very effective alternative, I should say. You know, these doctors are excellent doctors. The Fa Chi is a bonus. So when you go up there and you see them diagnosing people, they'll use, you know, they do pulse reading, and then they'll emit the Qi into you, and then you. So if let's say you have a health issue, right? Let's start with somebody with a clean slate, somebody that doesn't have a health issue. They Fa Chi into one arm, you just see it tense up, right? And I get this question a lot as well. How does Qi feel? So I explain all this in one. So you see the arm tense up. Now what the person who's receiving the Qi feels, it just feels like a strong electric current. I don't know how to explain it. Like maybe if you grabbed an electric fence before, something similar to that. But it's the current is strong enough that it can cause your muscles to involuntarily lock up, and you cannot do anything about it. And it's intense. So in the ideal situation, nothing will happen, right? It's just you have a strong current that locks the limb. Now, in a not ideal situation, if you have some type of health issue, some type of organ issue, coagulation in the blood or something, then you might get the effect where he Fa Chi's into the arm, and next thing you know, you see the arm doing something like that, you know?
Oh, good. No good.
So basically what that is indicating is the Qi isn't able to pass through the meridian system effortlessly. It's meeting an obstruction, and it's bouncing off that obstruction, which is causing that instead of that, you know? You want this to happen. You don't want that to happen, because if this happens, then you have some type of health issue. Now, if it happens on both sides, you know, so if it's on one side, you're okay, just you need a little bit of medicines, take care of that issue. If it's on both sides,
No good.
想说呢？
Yeah, no good.
then it's a more serious problem, and it's indicating that you have a couple of issues going on, and it's definitely going to cost a little more to fix. And when I say a little more, I mean like it's definitely going to cost like more for sure. So I definitely recommend going to these guys, honestly, because like I said, a lot of people think they are in good health and they really aren't. You see yourself in the mirror and you feel how you feel every morning, and like, what is your baseline that you go off of, right? Like an unhealthy person or let's say let's take a sick person. A sick person feels bad during the time period that they're sick. But the day that they wake up and they are sick, they're like, oh, now I feel great again, right? But what's the baseline you going off of? You know, is it the baseline of you at the peak of your health and you're saying you feel great? Or is it the baseline of you were just at the bottom end of health, you know, of your health, and now you're up a little more and you're saying you feel great, but you at the peak of your health, the you that's currently saying you feel great isn't what you can be. You know, you're not at your prime. You're not in your prime health. So I actually watched this interesting video from Mike DeGrasse Tyson, and I think that's his name, the scientist, and he was talking about lifespan versus health span. So I think y'all should like look into that. It's like it's a real short watch. I think it was like 2-3 minutes, but it talks about lifespan versus health span. You know, lifespan is increasing while health span is decreasing. You know, so people get old and they're in bad health. You want to be in good health when you get old. You know, you want both to be maxed out. You know, you want to have a long, healthy life. You don't want to have a long, unhealthy life, or even a short and unhealthy life. So that's just kind of what I wanted to go into. Purpose of these trips and the type of people that maybe should join these trips. And there's, like I said, there's also the opportunity to learn Neigong, but it's best if you do it like a 2 birds, 1 stone situation, because you're going to have to pay on these trips regardless. And I know people hear about how much it costs, but that just is what it is. These medicines aren't expensive. And you can see I still buy the medicines myself. So it's not inexpensive at all. But if you value your health, you're gonna put your money you're gonna put your money where your mouth is, really, if you value your health. Me, I value my health. I put my money where my mouth is. But yeah, so I'm gonna try to get more into what takes place in these medical seminars and kind of show you some highlights and like video footage highlights, and kind of go into more detail on it, because I just post a lot of clips of showing the Fa Chi and stuff, but I'm not really. And I actually put into the descriptions of the videos. I don't know how many people read the descriptions, but I put into the descriptions on what is occurring and stuff. But I guess I'll start doing a more face-to-face scenario with you guys, giving more detail on it, etc. So, peace. See y'all later.